Hi, welcome on to the Ball Street Social Club. Now we're going to ask a very, very serious question, if you're an Everton fan anyway. Baz, you're here. What's wrong with Roberto Martinez? Is his head on the chopping block? I mean, I was looking at his record and I can't believe how many games he's gone without getting a win. You seem to have some very good players there at Everton. Deulofeu, Lukaku, John Stones. What's gone wrong? What is it that's happening at Everton? I mean, bad loss at the weekend against Swansea. Loads and loads of draws. Lots of games that you should have won that you haven't. Is Martinez, is his head on the chopping block? Are you lot turning into the new Wigan?
New sexy.
Win the FA Cup. It's not bad.
Get relegated. No thanks. No
Still win the FA Cup. Bad trophies. That's 11 billion.
No.
I mean,
Shut that website down anyway,
view
then,
on
wouldn't you? Have you seen the website since Everton won a trophy.com?
I have seen that website, actually.
Yes, they have even heard of it.
I started it, lad.
Yeah. Gonna say, is it on the chop block or should it be? Is it? No, because the club is rudderless at the moment, so there's no one to make that decision. No, I don't think anyone's under pressure at Everton, from the board, the manager, the players. The only ones who are under any pressure are the fans, because it's our fault apparently. We've been blamed for the reason why we've won 3 home games since April.
Well, what have you done? Not enough.
We've made it nervy for the players.
Right.
These,
But
the
there is a reason that
the 50
like
grand
you
or 80
say
grand a week darlings that you can't say anything to because they can't perform.
There is a reason that you're rudderless at the moment, though, isn't there? Going like to Kenwright and stuff like that.
The club's got to be bigger than that, hasn't it? Someone has
it.
got to be.
But people might not know about it.
Well, but that shouldn't stop a team from performing. Roberto Martinez has brought some really, really good players to Everton. The problem is, at the moment, it doesn't seem like he knows what to do with them.
I mean, Roberto Martinez was looked on as one of these managers, as the real up-and-coming managers on the scene. Lots of big clubs he's been linked with even before he went to Everton. He went to Everton. I think he got off to a really good start, but I don't know. I'm starting to pick up this vibe from Everton fans that they'd rather he be gone.
He came in, and obviously we'd had a way of playing under David Moyes that was defence first, yeah. So we always had a very solid base, but we didn't score enough goals. Okay, and Roberto Martinez came in, and it was all about the attack then, and he was able to develop the team, put a couple of additions in, got Lukaku in, brought Deulofeu in, give Ross Barkley his chance, and because the defence was still, I feel it was still in the David Moyes type of, we know how to throw our bodies in the way of balls and defend things, that fused with Martinez's attacking flair. That first season, they were fantastic. They played, they were unlucky to just fell a little bit short where the Champions League was concerned, but finished 5th. And it was like, right, we take it on from there. And since then, it's been a decline there. I think we've only won something like 10, 11 games since, in the last 18 months or something like that. And that's quite, it's terrifying because he's had a lot of money, compared to other managers. He's had money to spend. We play lovely football. We're great to watch. Gus Hiddink called us a beautiful team to watch last week, but we don't win games. We've drawn 11 games, which is the most in the Premier League.
James, what do you think? I mean, is this where a club like Everton need to hold their nerve? Because you've got a manager, he's up and coming. We all remember the stories of Alex Ferguson when he was first at Manchester United and he's going for a torrid time at the start. They stuck with him and he went on to win big things. Martinez does have a philosophy, a style that I like. I personally like his style. What do they need to hold their nerve at the moment, Everton?
I think they probably should hold their nerve because ultimately, someone being on the chopping block, the reason for that is because they're not hitting the expectations that they have within their team. So I can't really answer that question. I think maybe you can. How good is that team? And where should that squad be finishing in the Premier League? Well, and from there you then go, well, no, he's not done it. Because if you look at that back, people saying the defence isn't good enough. You've got Baines, Coleman, Jagielka and Stones, who people talking about 50 million for him. That's an awesome back four. Maybe Tim Howard not as much.
That is a very good back four.
But how good is that squad?
The squad for me is there. The squad for me, after Arsenal and Manchester City is probably as good, or it's certainly comparable with the likes of Tottenham, with Liverpool, with West Ham, Palace, teams like that. You know, all of those Leicester, it's much better than Leicester's. The problem is the other teams are more cohesive than us. It's great having these players. Most teams have won Coleman, I think. We'll look at it.
Yeah.
Baines, okay, he's getting on. He's still a fantastic left back. Stones, if you read the papers, everybody wants him. Jagielka is still a very good defender.
England international, Jagielka.
But the keeper's
Ross
not worth the
Barkley.
carrot for a start, so he's a problem. But then in midfield, okay, Gareth Barry, he's been fantastic this season, Gareth Barry, but he's still, still a decent midfield
Ross
player.
Barkley.
steady,
Barkley, a lot of people like. James McCarthy's a decent midfield player. Delafeu I think he's second or third in the assist league. I think he's got 10 or 11 assists in the league alone. You know, you've got Lukaku up front, who everyone would be grappling for if he was
Besic
available.
as well, like.
Besic, who's been fantastic, got injured
What a
earlier.
great team.
There's players-
When you name out those
exactly.
players there, that is a fantastic
Robbie,
team. What is going wrong
Football
there? Is it
isn't
the manager?
played on paper, mate, is it? It's played on grass. And while Martinez can't be responsible when they cross the white line, if it runs on... Anyone can hit a bad period of form. Last season, people were calling for his head to go last December, right? Because we hit we didn't win a game from November till at the end of January when we won at Crystal Palace. And everyone was calling for it then, and we were saying, pack it in, give it... He's hit a rough patch. Get through it. We then come back and won 5 games out of 6, and we sorted ourselves out, finished the season halfway up, which was still below what everyone thought. This summer, I thought we would get back up to 6th, 7th, maybe. The way the league's gone, me and Chris with Everton and Liverpool, it's miles, it's well open, and Everton, this should have been the season. We cemented that. We got into that top 4 because it's wide open. We've got the players to do it. And we've won 3 home games since April. It's a horrendous record. So there's a point where you look and go, right, it's gone past just being a nerve thing. There's someone is in charge of this. Someone is allowing this to go. Imagine Arsenal winning 3 home games in 10 months. Your fans go berserk if you don't win 3 home games on the run. So, all I look at it, before we got Roberto Martinez, I was worried when he was linked with us because I just looked at the 4 years at Wigan and seen conceded 280 goals. Yeah.
He kept a really average squad up for a good few seasons
Paul
playing all right.
Paul
football.
Jewell had a really average squad, and that's 8th, 9th, 10th, 9th or something like that.
I feel like he had a better
I
squad.
think when you look at a team and you can't correct, Tony Pulis wouldn't allow 90 goals a season in the game against Colin Puddy. He might not wing your stuff, but he would go, I'm sorting that out.
I guess that's the question.
What do you think,
I-
Chris? Because,
I'm not saying he should be sacked, but I'm saying it's a point now where the spotlight is on him, and for me, it's rightly
I
so.
think
When
I
those
think
players
Mar-
are pointed out,
Yeah.
those players that he just named,
I'd take
How c- yeah.
5, 6 of them into
Yeah.
Liverpool squad. I think the problem is with Martinez at the moment, and my brother's an Everton fan and he's a season ticket holder at Everton, has been for all of his life, a large part of it anyway. And he always says to me, Martinez has cost us more points than he's won us this season. With stupid substitutions, he refuses to change his tactics late on in games. He puts an attacking substitution on instead of a holding midfielder or something like that. And the fucking goalkeeper is fucking scandalous. He's bad, you know what I mean? But Everton fans do tend to blame Tim Howard a lot. And the thing is, when you focus on something, you're looking for mistakes. So I actually feel like, I watch Toffee TV and stuff. I feel they go probably a little bit too far.
Yeah,
in shouting on Howard,
Is Howard the scapegoat? Is Howard the scapegoat?
How's this become about Tim Howard?
No, but I've got to ask that question because I was chatting to you earlier. I was chatting to Ped earlier. I can see in the background
Heads of
over
street.
there.
Go on, quick streak with Tim Howard.
And basically, even the game at the weekend, the goals I thought were down to John Stones, errors from John Stones. Ped's blaming Tim Howard.
Pep will blame Tim
Is
Howard.
it getting to the stage now where he's becoming too much of a scapegoat?
No, listen, scapegoat is where you're looking to pick on people, but if someone is continually at fault, if you've got a sense of foot, if Olivier Giroud or Alexis Sanchez misses open goal after open goal after open goal after open goal, you'd want him dropped until he gets his head right. Okay, but we've got a fella in goal that is costing us lots of points. Now, at the weekend, I agree with you, both goals for me were John Stones' mistakes, pair of them. However, the first goal, once it's a bad back pass, your keeper's got to react. And our keeper takes a step back before he goes forward. He should know what's around him, and he doesn't know.
He doesn't have a
it.
fucking clue there's a man coming in on, does he?
Exactly. So once it's the back pass is woeful, by the way, but a keeper who's alert would have been out sharpest to it, and he wasn't, and he ends up kicking the leg and giving a penalty away, and then you're 1 down. The problem, the Howard thing for me, and the reason why we focus on it so much is when you're in that ground, everyone is on his back. He takes across, the whole stadium cheers, right? And he turns around and has a go at them. Now, if your manager's responsible, you take him out the team because it's divisive now. So you're causing a problem before you've even gone out there. Take him out, sit him next to you for a few weeks, let it settle down. If the other lad doesn't perform, he's back out and Howard's back in. I mean, Ped was telling me, I haven't seen it, Ped was telling me Pard was on the telly the other week blaming the keeper, saying he's made 2 mistakes on the run. If he makes another one, he's out. Our keeper's made 10, 15 mistakes this season, and he's in. Joel comes in, does great. We win games. The only consecutive games we've won on the run this year is with Joel in. Came back to the league game, he was back out the team. Last week, we're winning 2-0 at Chelsea. We've all got big Havanas, big Cubans, living it up. Chelsea give the game up. A long hoof down the pitch. This kid that won't come off his line comes flying out like a little puppy for no reason. Pulls out of a tackle. Takes the Jagielka out, by the way. Let's Costa, who's just carved another kebab in his shop. Let him run past them and knock it in. And then all of a sudden, the pendulum's gone back. You know, and then he lets John Terry, who's literally just been sat with Canero, giving it a little squeeze, comes out and back heels one in. They're in the 99th minute or whatever it was.
Allegedly.
Just because he got me on Tim Howard. This is what Tim Howard does to me. But
Listen.
look, the book's got to stop
His
with the
views
manager.
do not reflect the views of...
No.
They do not.
It doesn't even reflect my views. Ped's got into me. Stop it.
Baz, would you sack him now?
No, I'd leave it till the summer. I'd see what...
But he's gone in the summer. No.
Well, I think what happens is the spotlight's on him. It's got to be on him. I just don't... Someone can't continue to make the mistake. I call John Stones Teflon, because no matter what he does,
sticks.
Everything, he's learning. He's a young kid, been learning for about 3 years. Our manager's a little bit like that with the press and stuff. There's no spotlight. I'm not saying he should sack him, but he should be under pressure because it's not good enough. He's had more money than any Everton manager, and we 3 home games in 10 months. It's embarrassing. We haven't won back-to-back games this season. It's embarrassing. We've got the worst home record defensively in the Premier League.
Would just finally, I want to just ask you this: would, say, getting to the final of that League Cup and winning that, because Everton haven't won a trophy for a while, club with a massive history, would that, you think, turn the fans around? If he was able to do that,
of course,
win a trophy, get everything back on track, could that be the turnaround for you?
It could, of course, it could be the catalyst, because then you're changing a mentality. Then I think Everton, I think we're all in it now where we just expect the worst to happen. You know, we at Chelsea 2-0 up, we thinking any other team be thinking we'll win this. I'm thinking these get a goal and there's not a chance we'll win it. Even a 3-2 when Murray scored, I knew they'd make it 3-3. We always look for the worst thing to happen because it always does seem to happen. And we all, you know, this is why he's looking at me and I'm thinking, please let Shawcross get a hat-trick on Tuesday or something, because I couldn't play them in the final. But of course, that could turn around, and if he could do that, then people's mentality would shift. But we've just done our weekly show for Toffee TV, and what we're saying is we want to see some leadership from him. We want to see him actually make some decisions. If you keep slamming your hand in a door, stop doing it. He doesn't, he just keeps doing it, and then you're going, enough now, you know, do something a little bit different. I think if he does that, people will get behind him again, because we want to buy into that young manager playing. We do play great football, we just don't win games, and unfortunately it's a results business.
Okay guys, listen, what do you think? Is Roberto Martinez head on the chopping block? Let us know. Don't forget to leave a comment below. We love when you leave comments. We read them. We try to comment on them, as many of them as possible. Don't forget to subscribe to the Ball Street channel. And don't forget, we've got that big show coming up next week. Transfer Deadline Day special right here on Ball Street. Make sure you check it out.